Shoulders up around your ears since Monday. Didn't say a word, just put a chair beside you. That's the only thing I knew to offer. You've been holding every worst case in your body, running every outcome before it happens. Cause he's exhausted and I see it on you clearly. Put it on a minute, let me sit here with you. Not fixing, just hit it. Don't worry, not because it isn't real. Give your mind a chance to heal. Everything that's coming you have handled before. Don't worry, that's what I'm here for. Watch, 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 watch you spiral quiet in the corner. Walking yourself into every possible disaster. It's the cruelest thing anxiety will do to you. The future feel like something you can't move through. Each bridge get crossed and held your hands said nothing. Sometimes that's the only language needed. That don't worry, nobody has to say out loud. Just the presence that reminds you that you're allowed. No fixing, just here. Don't worry, not because it isn't real. Give your mind a chance to heal. Everything that's coming, you have handled things before. Don't worry, I'm here. Lay it down. Didn't sign anything, just understood each other. No fine print, no clause, just two people being laid it out real simple on an ordinary evening. This is who I am and this is what I'm bringing. Told you what I needed, didn't dress it up. You said they wouldn't listen, didn't flinch or rush. That's the kind of deal that actually holds the brain. Kind of kinds you people know. No contract, just honesty. Negotiation we did. Both came in undefeated. Signing over from the start. Time to us. That's the deal off the heart. Checked in on the Thursday, nothing prompted it. Just making sure the turn still felt the same. That's the maintenance, nobody tells you, man. Choosing every day to honor what you make. Had a moment where the terms got tested. Sat across the table and we handled it. Didn't break the deal, just renegotiated. That's what real commitment looks like daily. No contract, just honesty. Negotiation needed. Both can't undefeated. Knew what we were signing up for from the start. Terms of us, that's the deal of the heart. Still hold it. Negotiation needed. But both even undefeated. You what we were signing up for from the start. Terms of us, that's the deal of the heart. Terms of us, still holding. Still holding. Always will. Said it looking straight into your eyes this time. Not the casual kind of man, every syllable. Knew what promising had cost me in the past, so I don't say it unless I know it lasts. Held your face a second before speaking. Wanted you to feel the way before I said it. That's the kind of promise that comes from somewhere deeper. Not the easy kind that makes you keep her. No words, watch me. I promise, not because it's easy to say. I promise, because I mean it every single day. Don't need the grand occasion or the perfect life. I promise, and I'll show you how. I promise, I'll show. I promise, and I'll show you I was right. Showed up on the day you didn't ask me to. Said nothing, just stood there in your corner. That's the promise, living in the action. Not the declaration, but the quiet satisfaction. Months from now, remind me of this moment. I'll still be the person that you're counting on. That's the version of a promise with the giving. One that asks nothing back, but keeps on living. My words, watch me. I promise you, not because it's easy to say. I promise, because I mean it every single day. Don't need a grand occasion or the perfect life. I promise, and I'll show you how. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise, and I'll show you I was right. Watch me show. Made a love a conversation, taught you completely. Nothing triggered it, you just appeared. That's been happening more than I'll admit to. Uninvited, but I never asked you leaving. Hey, driving on my song came on, I filed it. Other things that now belong to you somehow. That's the quiet takeover, nobody wants you, but one day everything reminds you of a person. Didn't invite you, still here though. In my mind, living there without permission. In my mind, every thought a new addition. In my mind, don't know when you moved in, but you settled. In my mind, and I stopped changing the locks. We playing something everything you said 3 weeks after. Hearing it a little differently each time. That's the mind doing what it does to people. Those the ones who matter without asking. Try to clear the space out for an evening. That's the rap of 40 minutes, honestly. That's the thing about someone in your mind for real. Silence just reminds you that you're still there. And then I'm still here though in my mind. Living there without permission in my mind. Every thought a new audition in my mind. Don't know when you moved in, but you settled in my mind. And I stopped changing the love, stopped changing the love. You settle in my mind. And I stop changing the love. Try to talk myself out of what I'm feeling. Wrote it down to see if it made sense on paper. Read it back and everything was still there. That's the thing about the truth, you can't erase it. Ran it by the person who knows everything. She just looked at me and said, you already know. That's the moment when the denying gets expensive. Cost you more to hide it than to own it. Can't argue with it, just true. That's true, and I've been knowing. That's true, just slow and showing. Couldn't keep pretending what I felt wasn't real, that's true. And now I have to deal. Funny how the truth just waits on you patiently. Never gets tired, never gets louder. Just sits there in the corner of your knowing. Until the day you finally stop avoiding. Said it out loud for the very first time quietly. Something lifted when I stopped the fighting. That's the freedom living on the other side of honest. Lighter than I thought it would be, honestly. Can't argue with it, just true. That's true, and I've been knowing. That's true, just slow and showing. Couldn't keep pretending what I felt wasn't real, that's true. And now I have to do, that's true. That's true, and I've been knowing. That's true, just slow and showing. Couldn't keep pretending what I felt wasn't real, that's true. And now I have to do. Showing. Couldn't keep pretending what I felt wasn't real, that's true. And now I have to do, that's true. Always knew, can't deny it. Noticed you were reaching for your jacket. Something in me wasn't ready for the quiet. Didn't make a scene, just said it simply. Stay a little longer if you're willing. Not because I'm scared of being alone here, more because this feeling has an ending. And I'm not quite finished with the version of tonight that only exists when you're in it. Not desperate, just honest. Stay with me, not forever, just tonight. Stay with me while the feeling's still this right. Morning comes no answer was more than a yes. Just a body that decided not to leave yet. Talked about nothing till the city got quiet. Somewhere in between we both stopped talking. That's to stay with me that lives the longest. Not the words but everything I follow. Not desperate, just honest. Stay with me, not forever, just tonight. Stay with me while the feeling still is right. Morning comes and everything goes back to red. Stay with me, that's the only thing I feel. Just tonight. Stay with me, not forever, just tonight. Stay with me while the feeling's still this right. Morning comes and everything goes back to real. Stay with me, that's the only thing I feel. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay First week and I didn't know what hit me. Second week I stopped pretending otherwise. Third week felt like something I've been missing. Fourth week I just let it take me over. Whole month passing I was someone different. Not the dramatic, I'm just quietly shifting. That's the thing about a month that really matters. Leaves you changing ways you can't quite measure. Didn't count a day. Lived on the whole month, every ordinary day of it. The whole month, the whole month, the whole month. Wouldn't take back any of it. Not the high ones, not the quiet ones in between. The whole month, the whole month made me what I mean. Had a weekend that almost broke me. Sad what it ended and try to rush it. That's the month that taught me about patience. Feeling everything without an explanation. Ended on a Sunday, nothing special. Look back on it all from the beginning. Couldn't believe how much had moved inside me. 30 days and I was barely who I used to be. Didn't count the days. Lived on the whole month, every ordinary day of it. The whole month, the whole month, wouldn't take back any of it. Not the hard ones, not the quiet ones in between. The whole month made me what I mean. Every day counted. The whole month, every ordinary day of it. The whole month, wouldn't take back any of it. Not the hard ones, not the quiet ones in between. The whole month made me what I mean. The whole month, the whole month. Wasn't looking when you walked into the picture. Nothing dramatic, just a Tuesday like the others. Something settled in me quiet like a knowing. Not the butterflies, the deeper kind of certain. Didn't say it straight away, just held it. Watched you for a while to make sure I meant it. That's the thing about the real ones when they find you. Doesn't shake you loud, just realigns you. Not a feeling, I know it was you. Not because it was perfect, knew it was you. Because nothing ever felt this worth it. Every version of my future had your face in it. Knew it was you, just knew it was you. Told my person she already saw it coming. Said your name and watched her start smiling. That's the kind of thing that doesn't need explaining. When it's right, the people around you feel it too. Quiet morning, nothing said between us, but the crossing felt completely seen through. That's the moment I stopped wondering about it. You're the one, and I was done without it. Not a feeling, I know it was you. Not because it was perfect, knew it was you. Because nothing ever felt this worth it. Every version of my future had your face in it. Knew it was you, just knew it was you. Always was you. Because it was perfect, knew it was you. Because nothing ever felt this worth it. Every version of my future had your face in it. Knew it was you, just knew it was you. Knew it was you. Always you. Found it at the bottom of my old bag. Smiling when they holding on to something. Your name on the keychain, nothing fancy. Bought it on a Tuesday just because. Didn't cost a thing but it meant everything. It's the kind of love that lives in objects. Every scratch on it a different memory. Funny how a keychain holds a history. Small things carry the most weight. Keychains and the little things we got. Tokens of the moments we never forget. Not the grand gesture, not the big display. Just the small things that never go away. Keychains, that's where love is. That's where love is. Still got the one from the trip we almost didn't take. Souvenir shop closing, you running anyway. Came out live before doing something stupid. That's the kind of moment I keep going back to. Objects, all the things I words forget. Every keychain is a promise that was kept. That's the quiet way I spend. I was thinking of you. Something small enough to carry always with you. Small things carry the most weight. Some of the things we get. Tokens are the moments we never forget. Not the grand gestures, not the big display. Just the small things that never go away. Keychains, that's where love is. Still carrying that beat. moments we kept talking, are the moments we never forget. Not the grand gestures, not the big display, just the small things that never go away. Keychains, that's what love is. Little things to carry. Heard it in a crowded room and stopped completely. Something in the frequency just found me. Not the words as much as how you said them. Warm and certain like you meant every letter. Saved a voicemail just to hear it later. Played it on the nights that needed something. That's the thing about a voice that really reaches. Stays inside you longer than the person. Not the word, the sound of you. Called me by my name and I felt different. 2 syllables and everything was quieter. That's the kind of power, soft and unintended. Our voice can make a whole room feel suspended. Still remember how it sounded that first morning. On a hurry like the day had nowhere going. That's the version of your voice I hold the closest. Soft and real and completely unperformed. Not the word, the sound of you. Pull out an old photo, didn't recognize it. Same face, different eyes, something had shifted. Couldn't put a date on when it happened. Change don't send a notice when it's coming. Talk the same, but meant it differently. Walk the same rooms, felt them differently. There's a quiet kind of change that counts. Not the loud ones everybody talks about. Didn't announce it, just became it. Not the same, and I don't wanna be. Not the same as who I was at 23. Something shared and something good to take its place. Not the same, and I'm okay with it. Not the same, and I don't wanna have. And I'm okay with that. Okay with that. Doesn't need the validation, now it's quiet. Used to shrink the room, now I feel it. Didn't happen overnight, took every season. Every loss I carried had its reason. People noticed before I even said it. Something in the way I hold myself different. That's the thing about a real internal change. Everything looks similar, but nothing is the same. Didn't know. place. Not the same, and I'm okay with that. Not the same, and I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Became a quiet. Something changed, and something grew to take its place. Not the same, and I'm okay with that. Not the same, and I'm okay. Became a not the kind of need some monument, just a moment somebody carries forward. Something that I said that stuck with someone long after the room cleared and I was gone. Didn't need a crowd to know my name, just one person whose life was never the same. There's a kind of remember we're leaving, quiet but it outlasts everything. Not the noise, just a mark. Remember me in the nothing I left behind. Remember me in the shifting inside your mind. Not the acolytes, not the highlight reel. Remember me as something that you feel. Just remember me like that. Sat across from someone who needed hearing, gave them all I had in that one evening. Months went by, they said I still think of what told me. That's the only legacy that holds me. Not the things I owned or how I look, more the way I made somebody feel. Look, that's a mark I wanna leave when it's over. Something warm that carries someone closer. Just a mark. Remember me in the thing I left behind. Remember me in the shifting inside your mind. Not the acolytes, not the highlight reel. Remember me as something that you feel. Just remember me like that. Just feel it still. Just feel it still. Remember me in the thing I left behind. Remember me in the shift inside your mind. Not the acolytes, not the highlight reel. Remember me as something that you feel. Just remember me like that. Sat with it for longer than I needed. Every side of it laid out on the table. Heard from everyone who had an opinion. Quieted them all and asked myself instead. Wasn't easy when I want to be honest. Comfortable was calling me back strongly. That's the thing about a real decision. Cost you something that you have to be willing, not forced. I chose this. Chose this with everything I had. I chose this, no one only cost me, no one put me. I walked in on my own. I chose this, and I choose it again. I chose this, and I choose it again. just a relief, a real decision brings you. People ask if I was sure I smell quietly. Sure isn't always out, sometimes it's settled. That's what choosing from the inside feels like. Steading up because it's easy, but it's mine. I chose it. I chose it. With everything I had, I chose this. No one all it cost me, no one put me. I walked in on my own, I chose this. And I choose it again. I chose it, I chose it. I chose this, and I choose it again. I chose it, I chose it. Still choosing. I chose it, I chose it. I chose this everything. I chose it, I chose it. I chose it, chose it. Oh my God. I chose it, I chose it. I chose this everything. I chose it, I chose it. Choose it, always. I choose it, choose it. Always mine. Bad day running long and then you text it. Something stupid funny, nothing major. Whole mood shifted like somebody flipped it. Didn't need much, just needed that 1 second. Funny how a person becomes a habit. Not the anxious kind, the good kind. Check my phone, I hope it's you specifically. That's a new thing, and I'm sitting with it carefully. Didn't plan on this. Here anyway. You're my dopamine, without even trying. You're my dopamine, every note taking flying. Don't need anything when you walk in the room. You're my dopamine, and I don't want the cure. And I don't want heard your name in a conversation elsewhere. Smiled before I even caught myself doing it. That's an involuntary kind of feeling. Body knew before the mind was ready. Replay the moment from 2 weeks ago. Still something you said quietly under your breath. Wasn't meant for me to hold on to forever. Here I am still holding it together. Here anyway. You're my dopamine, without even trying. You're my dopamine, every notification flying. Don't need anything when you walk in the room. And I don't want to kill my dopamine. Dopamine. Don't want to kill. And I don't want to kill. And I don't want to kill. House got quiet, somewhere around 11. Everyone gone home and I'm still sitting. Something about the late night pools are real loud. All the things I swallowed through the day now. No performance left when it gets this late. Just a version of me that couldn't wait. That's the hour I have the real conversations. But they only one who needs no explanation. Late night knows me better than the day. After midnight, that's when I get honest. After midnight, dropping every promise made to keep it together for the morning. After midnight, that's the me worth knowing. After midnight, that's the me for the moment. Pour a glass and let the silence have me. Every thought I filed away came back slowly. Not the anxious kind, just to settle in after. like the day exhausts and everything is softer. Cried a little, didn't need a reason. Late night has its own emotional season. That's the thing about the hours after midnight. Everything's feel lighter in a blue light. Late night knows me better than the day. Better than the day. After midnight, that's when I get honest. After midnight, dropping every promise. Made to keep it together for the morning. After midnight, destiny worth knowing. After midnight, destiny worth knowing. Just knowing that. After midnight, destiny worth knowing. After midnight, morning coffee hitting right the window open. Dog asleep beside me, nothing needs to happen. That's the kind of happy nobody posts about. Quiet and complete without a single doubt. Old song came on, I hadn't heard it in ages. Sang it to myself between the pages. Didn't need an audience, didn't need a reason. That's the happy that shows up in every season. Nothing missing, just this. This is it, the thing that makes me happy. This is it, nothing loud or snappy. Just the ordinary landing right where it should be. This is it, and it's enough for me. Called a person just to say I love them. Didn't need occasion, just a feeling. Laugh so hard, my stomach hurt for nothing. That's the kind of joy worth protecting. Walked a long way home, the weather's perfect. Noticed something small and thought it beautiful. That's the thing about the real kind of happy. Lives in all the things you almost miss completely. Nothing missing, just this. This is it, the thing that makes me happy. This is it, nothing loud or snappy. Just the ordinary landing right where it should be. This is it, and it's enough for me. Stood up on myself for way too long. Knocking on the door I always on. Kept on looking for a way to enter. Something I've been holding at the center. Thought the way needed to be earned. Thought I had to break before I learned. That's the lie I carry without knowing. Kept me from the very thing that's growing. Doors never locked, just an open way. Wasn't far, was always where you are. Not through them, not through noise, just through your own voice. Wait, was here all along. Ooh, yeah. Took the long road just to find the simple. Every answer living in the middle. Not the nobody wanted, the one I kept inside, half forgotten. Sat with her a while, the one inside me. Asked her what she needed, asked her kindly. That's the way nobody teaches. Gentleness towards self is how it reaches. Doors never locked. Listen open. Waiting wasn't far, was always where you are. Not through them, not through noise, just through your own voice. Waiting was here all along, was here all along. Always been open, always been open. Waiting wasn't far, was always where you are. Not through them, not through noise, just through your own voice. Waiting was here all along, was here all along. Waiting, always here, just open it. Pulled out an old photo, didn't recognize her. Same face, different eyes, something that shifted. Couldn't put a date on when it happened. Change won't send a notice when it's coming. How the same moment differently. Walked the same room, felt them differently. That's the quiet kind of change that counts. Not the loud ones everybody talks about. Didn't announce it, just became it. Not the same and I don't wanna be. Not the same as who I was at 23. Something said and something couldn't take its place. Not the same and I'm okay with that. Used to need the validation, now it's quiet. Used to shrink the room, now I feel it. Didn't happen overnight, took every season. Every loss I carry had its reason. People know this before I even said it. Something in the way I hold myself different. That's the thing about a real internal change. Everything looks similar but nothing is the same. Didn't announce it, just became it. Not the same and I don't wanna be. Not the same as who I was at 23. Something said and something couldn't take its place. Not the same and nothing could be. We can't quietly. Came out quietly. Became hot quietly. Not the same and I don't wanna be. Not the same as who I was at 23. Something said and something couldn't take its place. Not the same and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with quiet. Kept on asking everyone but me. Collected all the answers, still felt empty. Laid awake one night and finally got still. Heard the quiet voice I've been ignoring until something shifted when I stopped the searching. Not outside but somewhere deep and certain. That's the moment I stopped being lost. Found my north without validation. Comes a moment you sit still enough to hear yourself above all of this stuff. Didn't need a map, needed to be still in words. That's where the answer lived, and with everything I needed to give. Nobody could hand me what was already mine in words. That's where I found the line. That's where I found the line. I knew. Already knew. In words, that's where the answer lived, and with everything I needed to give. Nobody could hand me what was already mine in words. That's where I found the line. That's where I found the line. In words, not if it is somewhere else, I'll be honest. That they're running up the game close to it. Every room I walked in, it was still the standard. That's the thing about the one you can't replace. Went through emotions with the others. Something always was in the middle. That fall just wasn't what I needed. What I needed had a vision, it was yours. Looked everywhere, only you. No one else comes close to you and me. No one else fits in the space you got. You got. Try to make it work with everything that was in you. No one else. I heard a joke that tried to tell you first. Don't remember you weren't standing there beside me. That's the moment everything got clearer. Who you reach for, snatch it all about your feelings. Stop pretending it was something I could outgrow. Stop convincing myself it was convenience. That's the honest place I finally landed. Only you and I was done debating.